Hey, witches!
Hi, hello, and welcome back to the end of part 5
I
in
was like, wait, no, there's another episode of this book. Just kidding.
the end of part 5 of
That's fair.
Well of Ascension.
Yeah.
Extremely late, but never without.
Yeah, but you're gonna get it today, okay? You're gonna get it today. It's fine. Um, Honestly, we probably could have finished the book for this episode, but
Your girl's got issues, okay?
listen,
Your
no,
girl's got
we're
issues.
busy professionals, okay? We're
Listen,
both
when you sit at a desk,
managers and
when you sit at a desk trying to coordinate for 230 fucking residents with all kinds of vendors, and you're also trying to like handle all of their fucking complaints on top of having an assistant that was out for like a surgery that was needed. It wasn't one of those you can wait another couple of years. It was like, by the way, you're pre-cancer. The quicker you get this out, the better it is. So we
yeah,
were like, yes, go
do it
ahead. I will
now.
make arrangements. And then you got a fucking conference on top of that, and then a trash. Like yesterday at this conference, they were like, okay, there's 4 quadrants, and we need you to work on quadrant 1. Like talking about like how you can like best effectively like organize everything. And it was like, quadrant 1 is when everything is important and there is a deadline. So quadrant 1 is very important, got to get it done now. Quadrant 2 is still important, but could schedule it. Down here is I still can't make it, but it's important, so somebody else has got to do it for me.
So this was a
Quadrant 4,
productivity
yeah.
conference.
So then quadrant 4 is when nothing's important and nothing has a time limit. So like planning for a vacation next year, that would be in quadrant 4. And so I look over at my assistant and I'm like, why are we now in quadrant 4? Like, no, like we should be in quadrant 1 because everything's a fucking dumpster fire. But we're in quadrant 4 because we were so fucking tired.
Yeah, right. Oh my god.
So it's okay. It's just been a while. The world's been tiring me, okay? Anyways.
Yeah. We're gearing up for back to school, and I just didn't lose a bunch of staff, but had some staff transfer, one staff out, like on leave. It's just a lot right now, and I'm going to be in a classroom. So I'm going to be supervising and teaching, and it's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. I'm feeling great about it. It's going to be awesome. But that's not what we're here to talk about. That was a
We're
side
talking about
quest.
somebody else's tiredness, to be honest.
Right.
Okay, so when we
Chapter
last
53.
when we last left off, Elend has shown his ass, rightfully so, but showed his ass to his ex-best friend. We found out the Well of Ascension is not in the north. The Kolas and both armies are preparing to take down Luthadel. And Vin turns around and runs back, and that's where we're at now.
Yeah. She is on her way back to Luthadel, and they are fighting, and Sazed turns, like, he hulks out. He quite literally, like, he grows, like, his size, and he turns his strength up to where he's got, like, all these muscles, to where he's big enough to fight the Colossus. And then I had an unrelated thought that I literally wrote. I wrote random thought unrelated to this scene. And I wrote, if Vin can control Kundra, then can she also control Colossus? Because they're like cousins,
Exactly.
Right?
I was like, they're cousins. She could definitely do it the exact same way. And if it's cousins, it couldn't, like, you know, when you have like sisters, they're like, okay, I could probably do this the same way kind of thing. But then when you have cousins, it's like you have 2 different but similar people. Would she use a different metal, or would it be the same thing?
Yeah. I don't know.
But the fact that the 11th metal, it's crazy to think about too, like the roundabout way that the 11th metal has come back in circle to be as important as Kelsier believed it to be from the first book. Like, we had no fucking clue about any of it. until now. And
Yeah.
that's actually great. Like, that's good planning.
Yeah.
But
Um,
I did not expect a few things to happen in this chapter. I didn't cry, but I was definitely like, mouth was slightly ajar the entire time. I was like, oh, okay.
Crew members
So,
out here dropping like flies.
listen, I was like sitting there, like looking at the page, and Will's like, oh, did you get to... oh, what do you call it? Like, the Sander Avalanche or the Sanderson or the Sanders Avalanche, or I don't know how he said it, but it was basically like the Avalanche. And I was like, what? He goes, basically like the last 200 pages of the entire book, just like you're like a snowball going down the mountain. It's like an avalanche because
That's why I finished the book.
I was like, bitch, that's fantasy. Okay, that's fantasy. Like, you cannot tell me that he did not have this in other books. Like, Sarah J. Maas fucking had that in her first fucking book. Okay,
Yeah,
that's what got you into the second. Like,
that's the only reason I read the second.
exactly. Oh, I have. Remind me of this moment where I just like angrily wanted to tell you something, but knew I shouldn't until after we're done with this content.
Okay.
Anyways,
So
I was appalled. I was like, how dare you take a member of the crew?
Yeah. Well,
not one member, but two?
Because we
maybe
jumped
three?
to Breeze and Clubs, right? And Breeze turns around and watches Clubs die.
Not die. Murdered horrifically.
Yeah.
Okay, get it right.
First, a Colossus sword cuts his arm off, and then goes through his ribs and throws him to the side. And then the Colossus holds his sword up over his head with two hands and brings it down on him. So Clubs is dead. Like, there's no coming back from that. This is not Jack Barlow. We do not have a cockroach here. He's dead. Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like maybe another one down on the next page, like.
Yeah, it is so sad for Breeze because not that Breeze and Clubs are super close, but he had like a general respect for Clubs and his wisdom and his life.
Like, they're like,
you just watched the most horrific murder of your fucking life, and he's like, "I'm a coward. I'm gonna go hide." I'm like,
yeah.
To be honest, I feel like
Same.
a lot of people would do that. Like, I don't think any way, shape, or form a lot of people would be able to move on from that. And if they are, they're either the people doing the fucking killing or they've done this before and they have no feelings. Okay.
Yeah. So, yes. And I feel like they did start to be like friends and form a friendship throughout this book. They've had their like
a sense of comfort, really.
Yeah.
Like a brotherly comfort sort of ordeal.
Yep. And then where we jump to Docs, and he is he's in Keep Venture, right?
Yeah.
And all
they're
of a sudden
in the ballroom trying to keep everything
like their command center, basically.
Yeah.
And then Colossus start jumping through the windows.
I feel like having a command base so close to the wall was not the brightest idea.
You know?
Because I was like, okay, we're talking about the east, we're talking about the west, like, what gates are we talking about? Like, if we're looking at an aerial view of Luthadel. So I was looking back at the map, and I was like, okay, Zinc gate is over here, and that one's considered the east gate. This would be considered the north gate. And I was like, looking, I was like, no.
Yeah.
That is too fucking close. What do you mean?
Yeah.
That's the command center. Bitch, that's the command north center. Okay.
And it seems weird for Docs to make that choice. Because he's smarter than that. Like,
I know. And like,
I don't think I have that map. Oh yeah, I do. Never mind, just kidding.
he might not have like the military um expertise in terms of like this situation, but I think he would have enough say to be like, man, maybe we should be like, because he's telling the whole crew, spread out, go to each gate and command your own gate, and then start here and then work your way over, and then make sure to cover all of Luthadel. Like, yeah, we're going to be spreading our forces, but like this is how it is. And
yeah, I feel
so,
like Keep Hasting or even Clubs' shop would have been a better
honestly, a club
place.
shop would be pretty good. Although it is pretty small, which I think is like,
yeah,
what really turned it off. But there is actually apparently, so Will's reading another book by Brandon Sanderson, but it's all part of the Cosmere, which is this world that we're in. Apparently, I don't know. But he's like, yeah, it's all part of the same thing. But he was like, oh, I'm getting to. He's like in Rhythm of War. That's what he's in. And I was like, yeah, is it good? And he goes, yeah, it's getting to the part where I like bawl like a baby every time. And I was like, okay, well, that's the part of the book then. And he was like, yeah. And then a little later, he was like, yeah, I also, there. And then he like said the person's name from like that book. He was like, you know this person because he's there in Mistborn. And I was like,
what?
Who? And I was like, is it Toonson? And he lost it. He was like, who? I was like, Toonson. He goes, you mean 10?
10
It's 10. I was like, oh. Or sir, whatever the fuck. I don't care. Anyways, is it that one?
Is it?
He didn't fucking say.
He wouldn't.
He
tell
probably
you,
would
of
have
course he would.
gaslit me into believing it was the fucking world ruler. Because you know what?
Gosh.
That would be one way to get me to read the book. That's the goal. As much as I would love to read the book for this, it would take us 2 years because there is one chapter that is 100 pages long.
Oh, Jesus. One chapter for 2 episodes.
And we're starting part 2 of chapter 35.
Oh my gosh.
If we were to read that book, it would have to be like, it wouldn't be like oh, for those listeners who haven't read it sort of thing. It would legitimately have to be like, I have this theory as seen in chapter like it would have to be something like that.
Yeah.
But there's a character, we don't know who, is from this universe, and we've already met them.
Okay.
So
right. Well,
I don't know who it is.
Well,
Also,
I don't know.
That's the fifth book of the series.
So. I was just looking at that.
Yeah, you saw it. Yeah. Anyways.
But yeah, so potentially crew member number 2 down. Because
Doxson said it was like 1 minute I'm here, and then the next it was just black. Like it wasn't actually confirmed.
It brought its weapon down, and blackness followed. So like we don't know if
like,
he died.
Was it the blade or the handle first?
Right. Like did it knock you out? What happened?
Everyone is like the whole crew that is alive and survives like a little longer believe he is passed because they heard that Heat Venture had fallen and no news of anyone from there has come.
Yep.
So
and then Straff is feeling petty. His general or whatever is like, the army's weakened enough, like we can go in and fight them. And he's like, nah, not yet. We're gonna let them have the city, or they can burn it down for all I fucking care. We just need the ATM.
Yeah, because he made a comment. He goes, why did they go through all of the trouble of breaking open the gates to just be stopped immediately? And it's like, bro. Like, if you don't realize that Jace convinced these people of shiny fucking things, like, what makes you think that they're just gonna pillage this place, not see the ATM, and then not fucking hand it over?
Right.
Like, if that were the case, like, what the fuck you mean?
Yeah. But he's feeling petty. He's just gonna let them murder and pillage. And then Alrianne, we jump to her because we're jumping all over the place. And she's with her father, Set, and she learns that he sucks. Because he basically is like, we're gonna wait until Straff takes the city, and then we're gonna like bow down to him so he doesn't and hope he doesn't kill us. And she's like, what the fuck?
What?
No, like we need to help. Like we're supposed to help fight for the right side. And
yeah, it's like one of those things. It's like, Father, we either are gonna go back home to fight somebody, or we're gonna come here to fight somebody. Like it doesn't matter. Choose the side. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna take the winning side and hope for the best. It's like, okay, Seth, this is why you didn't fucking do anything in politics that was worth anything, because you are spineless.
Yeah. He sucks. And she's learning that. And that sucks. that's a hard pill to swallow.
We all have our own parent issues. It's fine.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club, girl. The whole world has them.
Hello.
Anyways.
And then we jump back to Sazed, and Sazed is about to fucking give up.
Yeah, it's really weird to hear him, like, lose hope.
Yeah.
Because didn't he lose hope? Because, like, didn't we, like, hear about other crew members at this point? Like, with Ham, with Breeze, with Tyndall, with everybody. Did we learn anything yet?
I don't think that Sazed has. He's just still fighting. He says perhaps Tyndall had found a way to safety. And he's just about to run out of strength.
Gotcha. Okay.
And in his head,
starting to give up then.
Yeah, he says, "You're wrong about me, Tyndall. I do give up sometimes. I gave up on this city long ago." And he's like laid out on the ground, and there's a Colossus about to kill him. And then something sparkly comes flying through the air and hits the Colossus directly in the back of the skull. And there is a small figure stood silhouetted by the sun, black before the red light, a cloak flapped gently on her back. It's Vin. She made it. She made it back. Just in time. Kind of. And almost. Vin is a fucking badass.
Like, she's finally getting shit done, and I am so proud of her.
Yeah, like, she rips the whole fucking gate off the wall and, like, throws it at the Colossus. Like, she's just like such a badass.
And it's not like a, she used it like a shield, like a battering shield, basically.
Yeah.
To, like push majority of them away or, like, back out of the city sort of thing.
Yeah. Yep. And then so Sazed's like, okay, I can't just lay here. I have to do something. So he gets up and starts convincing the cult of the survivor, whatever they call themselves, the Church of the Survivor, to start evacuating people out of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they start doing. And then we jump to Breeze. And Breeze has lost hope. Breeze is not doing well. He is... when it comes to fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, he is freezing. 100%.
In flight.
Yeah, he flew and now he's frozen. Because
he
hiding. Watched clubs die. Yeah, he's hiding and he's
he keeps hears saying, the I'm a coward going on outside, and he's just
and he's like, I'm a coward. Wallowing. I'm a coward.
And I think, I wouldn't say he's a coward. I think he might have, like, cowardly tendencies, like, the thought process.
Yeah.
However, I am going to defend him for a couple of reasons. The first reason is, not that he, like, grew up, like, in a bad location or anything like that, but he grew up in a way most shouldn't grow. In, like, this world with that giant separation, one as an Alamancer and, like, those who are hiding, and then he gets involved with this crew, and he finally fights for something he believes in, and then, like, he is now thrust into something he never imagined would have been for him.
Yes, I have thoughts to add to that.
Yeah, and, like, not only that, but I also feel that this is a very, very common response to anybody witnessing somebody that they had some type of mutual respect with,
Brutally
after
murdered.
witnessing yeah, like, this is I would consider this something along the lines of, like, shell shock. Like,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are like, "Nothing blew up," like, 'cause that's what you always hear,
I mean,
but
kind of.
right, but, like, he witnessed a horrific event essentially in slow motion. Like, he is
Yeah.
in a form of trauma, and this is his reaction to that trauma. Like, he doesn't want to deal with it, so he's trying to freeze and hide.
Yeah.
All very natural, all understanding. And honestly, the way he, like, was raised in, like, this world, I feel like Breeze was told to watch out for himself from a very early age, and that's
Yeah.
it's like Vin learning to untrust,
Right.
or to learning to trust others after a
Yeah.
world of untrust.
Well, and to add on to that too, like, yes, he was part of the first war, but he was never on the front lines. He was always like hidden in a bunker controlling people's emotions, or like
Yeah,
hidden inside. Like,
he was
he was,
riling people up when he needed to,
yeah, he
or
was never a
dampening
part
them.
of the actual combat, and he never witnessed the actual combat, let alone witnessing one of his, I mean, friends, for lack of a better term, being brutally cut down by this creepy monster whose skin is splitting, that's not natural. Like, that's a lot. And
Yeah.
Breeze has kind of lived, his adult life has been kind of pampered. Breeze in my mind gives like Slughorn vibes.
Yeah,
Like, very
exactly.
like pampered and like happy life as an adult. Yes, he didn't have a great childhood, but um and then to watch this happen, I feel like I know that I would probably react in a similar way. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I tend to be a fight kind of person, fight or flight. But like in this kind of situation, I think I would
I
be like,
tend to
what the fuck?
I was gonna say, I tend to be a fight person, and what really makes me not be a fight person is just the inability to, like, decide what I should do.
Yeah, fair.
So that brings on the freeze.
Yeah.
But, um,
But
so
that's
yeah,
basically the end of chapter 53.
yeah, so poor guy's going through it. Pretty much everybody in the crew is going through some sort of issues.
Yeah.
But
And then chapter 54.
here's the thing that I really like, and this is kind of something I'm not gonna look at your face, because sometimes I feel like you give something away when you shouldn't. Um, Perfect. I love that. Okay. So in the next couple of chapters, at the very top of each page, the little blurb, like, so 54 says, Alendi will need guides through the terraced mountains. I have charged Rashik, Lord Ruler, with making certain that he and his trusted friends are chosen as those guides. We already know Rashik does not like anything that's happening. We already know that Quan is going to fuck with him by using his nephew, who doesn't like anything like that. So we all know there is some tomfoolery about to happen. However, this is not spoiling anything. At the top of chapter 5, it says Rashik is to try to lead Alendi in the wrong direction, to dissuade him, discourage him, or otherwise spoil his quest. Alendi doesn't know that he has been deceived, that we've all been deceived, and he will not listen to me now. So Alendi obviously did not believe anybody. We knew that from his logbook. However, Quan, the uncle, was also deceived. Everybody was deceived. What if Alendi was the aftermath of the bullshit Rashik did? and Alendi is actually the Deepness. And we're gonna have like some great battle later on. Anyways, chapter 54. Vin's staff broke. Vin's staff broke.
Yeah. She's fighting them and like she's wearing herself out. Like
she takes a fucking staff and tries to hit a Kolos with it. And it fucking breaks.
Yeah.
Homie.
I was just like fucking trying to control them because she's getting so exhausted and like because she just like pewter burned for like that's what it's called, right? Yeah.
Pewter
dragged for like super far and now she's here trying to fight. Like she's exhausted and I'm like try to fucking control them. That's what I wrote. I wrote try to fucking control them, Ven.
Do it.
Yeah. But
there was so much going on. I didn't even think about that. I was like, I thought that way back when.
Yeah.
But like right
and
now,
she's like,
oh my god.
She's like, I'm only one person. I can't do it alone. Blah, blah, blah. And then we jump to Sazin, who is trying to get Lord Penrod to open the gates to keep hasting, to let in the, like, refugees, basically, from the city. And he's being a fuckhead.
Basically saying we're all gonna die. Just go find somewhere else.
And so we do find out here, they say that there were a few wounded scribes that saw Doxson die. But I wrote, what a fuckhead. I hope he dies in a fun way about Penrod because he's being a dickhead. Like,
he's not being a king.
No, like he literally won't let them in.
Yeah. And it's annoying.
Yeah. And and says it's pissed. He's like, fucking Penrod, like, come on. And nope, he walks back into the...
Be a king, it's your people. And then he just turns around and walks away, like, ignoring him. It's like, damn, what the fuck?
He just walks back into his keep and doesn't come back. And then we cut back to Vin. This, like, I imagine this... I know we talked about the scene in the tower when she was going to, like, get set as, like, an Avengers scene. But this is, like... the end of like an Avengers movie or really any like action movie where we bounce from like character to character and all the different things and so quickly because that's what happens. Now we're back to Vin and she's still fighting and she's like she couldn't fight forever. And then she's like
and she's talking about the well. She's like I need that power from the well.
Yeah, she's like I gotta find the well.
This is what I really like about this part right here is the fact that she is trying to use a tool that she has been made to believe has like extreme power, has something that can really, really help her in any of these situations. And she straight up becomes a boss ass bitch and uses what she already has to fuck shit up. And I love it. It is the like one of the most powerful moments in the entire book where she's just like, I don't need it, and then just becomes as powerful as she is like able to be.
Yeah, because she runs out of basically all the medals. And I was like, well, fuck, what now? And then she just is a normal badass for a little bit. She just keeps fighting. Like, even...
which is great for her.
Yeah, but also crazy, because, like, after pewter dragging and then running out of pewter, she should be, like, passed the fuck out. She should not be able to continue fighting. But she does. She does. And she even, like, saves, a little girl.
Yeah, she watched a little girl get, like, taken or something like that.
Yep. And then it clicks. And she's like, the Lord Ruler built the Inquisitors with a weakness, removed the spike from their back and they die. Built the Chondro with a weakness. The Colossus had to have a weakness too. So finally, she, like, it clicks. And she, takes over them. All of them.
Yeah, she sends out her Duralium or whatever.
Duralumin.
Yeah, which is what you had to do with the Chondra.
Yeah. And I wrote, fucking finally.
I'm like curious though, like what is the difference with the, what is it called again? The
Duralumin.
Duralumin. What the difference between the Duralumin and everything else is that makes it so potent to like pierce through like what cannot be pierced.
Yeah. I don't know. It's probably something about, I mean, obviously it's something about the alloy, but
Yeah. And well, and then the thing is, only the Lord Ruler and her were able to do that. So is it the alloy or is it the Hero of Age type thing?
I don't know, because he technically wasn't the Hero of Ages. He just...
No, you use the well, but...
Right. But could it be that, like, could any Mistborn use it? They just didn't have access to it?
Or at least didn't know how to use
Or
it.
didn't know it existed even? Like...
Well, and here's the thing, too. Rashik wasn't actually an allomancer, but he was able to do allomancy.
That's true. He was a
so,
terrorist.
like, was it because of the well that he was able to do that allomancy? Or at least the powerful kind of allomancy to where... I mean, he created both of them, so that also could be something. The fact that, like, he created them, he had the ability to control them regardless.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But then Vin takes her army of Colossus to keep Hastings. And she finds Sazed, and she's like, you fucking lied to me. Why are you naked? Like, basically, literally. Those weren't her exact words. I'm paraphrasing, but that was the question she asked. And then she yells at Penrod and like, open the fucking gates. I'm tired.
And it's funny because I can imagine it like where she is just like screaming at them in anger, but I can also be like, Penrod, come on, I'm tired.
Yeah, like don't be a fucking fuckhead.
Just let them in.
And then she's like, I've got the Colossus. If there are any that I don't have control of, come find me and I'll come get them.
Like, don't worry, I got you.
And so that all starts happening. And then Sazed is walking around checking corpses. And checking corpses and checking corpses. And he finds the one he's looking for. And I was sobbing. Fucking sobbing.
As soon as I read this scene, I was like, I'm surprised Brandy didn't like send me a photo of her like dying.
I was crying. I was sitting in that chair right over there with the book on my chest, just crying. Also, unrelated side quest. I mean, kind of related. You'll understand how I got here.
We're just building it up.
Yeah. Brittany's re-listening to Fourth Wing and Iron Flame because she's about to listen to Onyx Storm finally.
Mm-hmm.
And she sorry. Okay. Another side quest. The Mormons are now walking up to the asshole neighbor across the street. They're walking up to his house.
Oh, that'll be fun for them.
Right. Oh my gosh. Anyway, she was in there. She was listening to Fourth Wing. She was listening to the first book, and I was sitting in my office, and I kept hearing, and I was like, "Did Liam just die?" And I was correct.
Oh.
She was just in there crying, even though she's read it before and knew what was coming. She was just in there crying.
She just knows.
Yeah.
What's it's so funny.
Yeah. I could just hear the little sniffles.
My assistant was telling me today how her kid says, like, I guess there was something that was, like, really, really, really funny. She's got, like, 2 little sassy kids, and so I guess the youngest one, who's, like, 4 or 5, was like, she goes in there, and then 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 she was, like, pointing at the same time, and they were all supposed to, like, get ready to leave, and so, like, the parents were like, "Yo, get ready." And I guess they weren't getting ready, and so she was, like, trying to, uh, describe what, like, my assistant's wife was doing, and she comes in and, like, looks, and then backs up again, and then just, like, peeks her head around, and then the oldest was, like, surprised and, like, pointing, and then the other person was like like, terrified, and so then, like, they go out and, like, get by the door when they're ready to go, so, like, they start walking out, and you could just see the youngest one's trying not to laugh, so she, like, is holding her lips, and my assistant looks at her and goes, "You good? Any Are you okay? Something wrong?" she she just grabs her mouth and goes, "Nothing. Nothing. Nope, nope, I'm good. Nothing." And I looked at her, I was like, "You know what? Every time someone says, 'Is something wrong?' or 'What's going on?' I'm gonna be like, 'Nothing. Nothing.'" She's got, like, this nervous thing. She'll be like, "Mommy, can I have Dunkin' Donuts?" And
That's
I'm like, "I
adorable.
I know." I was like, I want a kid so much." I was like,
Oh, I
"Girl, I
do.
know you didn't want no kids, but, like, damn, that's some cute ass kids right there."
I have
Anyways,
45 that I deal with all day long, and then
girl.
I send them home.
I'm the fun aunt. They come to school and then they go home.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. All of that.
Anyways,
But speaking
so
of lots of kids, Straff, at the
oh
beginning
yeah,
of chapter 55,
chipter.
chapter 55,
I heard chipter.
chapter,
Chapter
um,
55.
he's just snorting up his drugs. And I just want him to OD.
Listen.
Like, hardcore.
Listen.
I'm listening.
I was very upset when I read this chapter.
That's fair.
I put my book down. And when I tell you, Will's in the middle of talking and I'm like reading and I go, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I'm like pissed off. And I was like, "No, that's what happens." Let me tell you, listeners, Straff is watching the bullshit of nothing going on in Luthadel. And then all of a sudden, they start seeing the Koloss start lining up together in some human army,
Formation,
whatever.
yeah.
And they're all lining up, and he's like, "What are they doing?" And then they start running towards the thing, and he's like, "Oh shit, I probably shouldn't be in the front line at all." And then he starts turning around, and then he notices a glint in the near distance as if like a volley's coming, and it's going straight
Yeah.
for fucking Straff.
He's like, "Is that a rock? Like, what is that?"
Yeah, and he's like, "That's too far away. I don't know what that is. First of all, sir, aren't you a fucking tin eye? Like, can't you be this?" I don't remember what power he is, but like, dumb fuck over here needs to learn how to use whatever it was because he couldn't see shit. So well, now he can't learn about it now, but he turns around and he's like, "What is that?" And then he sees tassels and he's like, "No, she should be gone." And then that was it. It was like a break. And then you go to the next paragraph, which is obviously not Straff's fucking thing, and it's Vin. This is what it said. Not only did I get 3 sentences Before this bullshit, I didn't even get nothing else, okay? It said, then screamed from the sky in her Duralumin field steel jump, Massacola's sword light in her hands. She hit Straff directly in the head with the sword, and then continued on downward, slamming into the ground, tossing up snow and frozen dirt with the power of her impact. The horse fell into 2 pieces. First of all, the horse didn't do nothing then. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's the horse's fault, damn it.
Right? The horse fell into 2 pieces, front and back. What remained of the former king slid to the ground with the Equian corpse. The fuck you mean you sliced that bitch in half and that was the fucking end of it? Fuck you, Vin. Do something better. What the hell?
Yeah, I need
was
like torture.
like,
I'm vindictive. I needed it to be slow.
Exactly. Will was like, what do you mean? Like, she has an awesome battle scene. Like, you haven't even got to yet. And I was like, I don't give a fuck.
I needed her to, yeah.
I was like, Straff is a piece of shit. And honestly, like, if I was dating somebody, like, if Will's dad was a piece of shit to him, like, Straff-worthy piece of shit to him, I'd fucking take that bitch, put him in my fucking basement, and I'd have a fucking Dexter-fueled fury.
You want to know what I would do? Hunting Adeline. What was it called? Where they
fuck yeah.
Where they like put them in the backyard and make them run the thing and hunt them.
Fuck yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
That's what I would do.
You know what? I even considered doing like the fort or the like Onyx Storm thing. Not Onyx Storm, sorry. The Iron Flame. Like that scene where Violet is getting like tortured. That right there, I was like,
yeah. Getting cut in half was too easy of a death for him. I agree.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, that's too easy. Your generals, I can understand. Who the fuck are they? I don't give a shit. Straff has been here since day one, and he has been a pain in my fucking ass since then. He's been a dick not only to everybody, his own fucking family, and he's got 50,000 fucking kids because he can't put his dick away.
Even better. I would have the people that were hunting him in the woods, I would get all his children together and have them be the ones hunting him.
Yo!
Yeah.
Yo, can I, like, figure out who the fuck... Yo, what if Zane is the actual person? Like, what if it's... Like, what if the god that he's talking about is actually the deepness? Just, like... And so then Zane's coming back somewhere, somehow. I'm not looking at you. But anyways, that would be fucking dope. Resurrect, bring Zane back, whatever the fuck he currently is at this point in time in the story, and then, like, set him fucking loose.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what would be even better? He's got that thing in his chest. He could take him to whatever that place is that, like, Marsh was able to, like, look around and do whatever in. And, like, can see in the fucking black. Straff can't see in the black. Straff could barely even do his own fucking, like, dick dirty work. So, like, I think that would be dope.
Yeah.
That can slice some fucking too. This ain't some freak, like, accident.
Was not a good enough death for him. Or it was too good of a death for him. He needed a worse death.
Oh my god, I was so mad. I was like, no, this is, like, something that, like, you wish upon a heroine.
Yeah, like a quick...
deserve a death that's coming. Like, Clubs, not that he deserved, like, that type of death, but at least it was quick.
Yeah.
Straff?
Yeah.
No.
He deserved a worse death.
Like, he should stay alive as long as I feel the need to keep him alive, as long as he, like, lives through the torture.
Yeah. But that doesn't happen. I had more to say because fucking Set is a piece of shit as well, right? And Ariane has learned that. And
I wonder if Ariane kind of went with Breeze because, like, she could see a little bit of, like the good parts of Set in Breeze.
Maybe. Because he's like, she's like, we have to help them because they see that they're fighting Straff's army. And he's like, we're not going to do that. We're going to wait and see who wins. And if they're weak enough, which hopefully they will be, we'll attack them. And Ariane is like, what the fuck? And before he could even say anything, she kicks her horse into motion and starts, like, going towards the battle. And then she looks back and yells at him, "If you want to protect me, father, you'd better charge." And so they do. They go to join the Luthadels army against Straff. Like, fuck yeah, Orion. Like, that was awesome.
Matter at this point. Not that they know, but like,
yeah, but
honestly,
honestly,
I feel like I would have been like, if Ellen did that to him, I probably wouldn't care as much.
Yeah.
But if it was me, I'd be like, I'll see you in a couple of days, sweetie. Maybe sooner if this bitch doesn't live that long. Anyways.
Yeah, and then Gennaro.
We got a boss ass bitch moment going on though.
Yeah. So Vin is like, I killed them. This is what's happening. The soldiers have no desire left to fight. And Set's like, and they're leaders. And she's like, I killed them, except this one. And she says, Straff is dead. You control his army now. And Gennaro, which is probably not how you pronounce it, but that's how I'm pronouncing it, is like, nope, no, I don't. You do. Like, surrender. I surrender. It's yours. like, yeah, he's not stupid.
He knows.
And then we jump to Sazed. Well, Sazed is there, but like we're in Sazed's head, and he's like, Vin is going to sleep as they, as Sazed is in charge of everything. And then in his head, he's like, we had the wrong gender all along, talking about the hero of ages. Because they're always like, he, and Sazed's like, it wasn't a he, it was Vin.
Yeah, because like as she's like uniting these kingdoms together, regardless of what it is, like he's legitimately repeating everything. And so that makes me wonder, like, with the hero of ages, is it something that comes every millennium, like every so often, or was it something that should not have happened until right now?
Yeah, I was getting the vibe like it something that should not have happened till right now.
And they were like in history to move along when it shouldn't have.
Right. And that's technically it did not, because like he was not, the Lord Ruler was not correct, and it was not good. So
who knows?
Yeah.
But that is the end of Well of Ascension. And
part 5.
Yeah. Sorry.
There's one more part of the book.
I'm really excited to like make this comment real fast. So I was scrolling through TikTok, not TikTok, but I was scrolling through some videos, and I kind of got into the realm of like book theories. So like several book theories popped up. Like, some books that I was like, no, that's stupid. Like that makes no sense. But like the one that actually kept like coming back to me was the one that somebody said about ACOTAR. I know this isn't ACOTAR, but like I really just want to say this, especially because Sarah J. Maas has like announced that there is something coming.
Yeah, and everybody's assuming it's ACOTAR book 6.
Yeah, so whether or not it is, somebody actually found a Reddit post about this, and this Reddit user believes that Tamlin was actually shapeshifted into Lucian during the last part of the book. And the reason why he was always there when they, like, whether or not they needed him, but, like, the reason why he was always there is because Lucian was also there, also around and a part of some of the conversations
Oh.
But whenever they spoke to Lucian swore up and down like he never spoke to any, like hasn't even been in contact with him, and no one knew where he was, like specifically where Tamlin was. So if he can shapeshift other people, and we know Feyre can shapeshift into Ianthe, or at least
Right.
mirror herself into Ianthe, we know that power comes from Tamlin. So is it a possibility that Tamlin has shapeshifted into Lucian during most parts of the last book? Not last book, but like before Frost and Starlight.
That's an interesting theory.
I know, I saw that, I was like, it makes sense. I don't like it, but that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't like it either, but it does make
not
sense.
that I like and want to stand Elaine and Lucian, but like Lucian also has had like kind of a rough life, so
Yeah.
I don't want to do that to Lulu. But anyways, so that's my little spiel. That's Well of Ascension. And until next time.
Bye.